All right, everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. It's your boy Trip. This is Kate.
Hi.
She's our executive producer. We're back on another episode of All in a Day's Work. This is our Wildin Wednesday, officially signing on.
Before we get started, make sure you guys all hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click the little notification bar so anytime a new video gets posted, you will see it.
Amen. Thank you, Kate. And again, if you like what you see, go ahead and comment down below so that way we can get all your notifications and we can have that dialogue between us. But let's get into this. It's my Wildin Wednesday video, and this Wednesday, I want to bring to you guys a little situation that happened to me. Because last week I was talking about censorship and how we're all doomed because, you know, big elites out there, they want to monitor what we say to push the narrative. But anyways, whether you think I'm wearing a tinfoil hat or not, we know it's true. The White House went ahead and announced it, and, well, come to find out, everything about the hat was 100% true. Because I got canceled on Facebook, everybody. Yep, they put me in Facebook jail. Imagine that. Yeah. Which Facebook jail is a real thing if you didn't know. You say something wild or off the wall or somebody doesn't like you, they put you in Facebook jail, and you can't post, like, comment, do anything on there for whatever the time is that they put you out. So I got a 24-hour ban. My first ban ever. All the wild shit I post, and I get a ban over something that wasn't even wrong or offensive. It was just truth. It was personal experience and actual facts of what actually happened. And they canceled me for, not for hate speech, but for spreading potential misinformation, which all the information that I posted was 100% true. It's exactly stating what happened. It is happening right now as we speak, and I got canceled for that shit.
Wow.
So, I mean, you saw the post, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw the post I put on Facebook, and instantly they were like, "Nope, we're yeeting your page," right? So, what I did, I went ahead and took the actual post itself and screenshot it, and I sent it to you. And what did you think? Did I post anything offensive or that was misinformation? That you think?
No, because you stated that it was your experience.
Even if I didn't state that it was my experience, and it was just stating the facts of the post.
I mean, we have the right to free speech, so...
Say that again real quick. Can you say that a little louder for the people in the back?
We have our rights to free speech in America.
Do we, though?
I mean, we're supposed to. It's supposed to be what this country was built on.
I agree. I agree with that. But do you believe what I posted was misinformation? Because I don't think it is. And for those of you that are might be wondering what I actually posted on Facebook, we'll leave a screenshot for you guys. Or you can just actually DM me on our personal page and or All in a Day's Work, and I'll send it to you. But I thought I didn't post anything bad. I can actually read you guys what I posted. I'll read it to them a little bit, but yeah. I don't think it was bad. All the crazy stuff that's out there. And you know what the funny thing is, though? It was a copy and paste post, right? But I found the post on Facebook. But apparently I'm the one that got banned because of the post, even though I found the post on Facebook. Can you explain that to me?
I don't know. I mean, it's been happening a lot. I mean, even just the algorithm. If you don't post X amount and you don't pay for your posts to be boosted, you don't pay for marketing, you don't post something that, or you post something that some people don't agree with, you get censored on all social media platforms. Like that, whether it's putting you in Facebook jail or hiding your posts and people not being able to see them, not popping up in their news feeds because they don't like what you're saying, so they're basically pulling the wool
to
over
me,
and pushing you to the wall.
To me,
over and
that's
pushing you to the side.
first of all, what that's crazy to me. It's like, all right, so first of all, we have this platform out there, and they're going to be like, well, we don't like what you're saying, and you seem to have a lot of people that like your stuff, so we're just not going to let you or let people see that post yet because of whatever. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I think it's complete bullshit. Like, and I get it, it's social media. Who really, at the end of the day, who cares, right? But it's like we're utilizing social media today as a free speech platform, right? Would you agree with that, or would you guys agree with that? Because I feel like the vast majority of social media now is utilizing that free speech, using that foundation or using that platform to utilize your free speech.
I think that's the idea behind it, and I think that's how a lot of people want to use it. But if what you're saying, whether it's your opinion or what you know to be true or whatever the fuck else, like if it doesn't fit the narrative, if it doesn't fit like what the powers that be want to be spread, if it doesn't fit what's going to pad the pharmaceutical companies' pockets,
No,
then what you're saying gets hidden and you're shadow banned from social media.
So no, I know that's the truth. I know that's what happened. What I'm asking is, do you think like social media is the tools that we use to utilize our free speech?
It
right?
is.
So with that, like even with that mindset, I would think that I should be allowed to say pretty much anything, whether it's a joke or anything, as long as I'm not promoting hate speech or bullying somebody or talking about like overthrowing the government or anything. Like, I believe that I should be able to say what I want, especially if I'm talking about personal experiences.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, who are you as either the viewer or Facebook as an entity or whatever? Who are you to say that this is misinformation or whatever when I'm talking about a personal experience? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a right to.
That's pretty much me saying, like, all right, today I walked outside and the sky is blue and I know it's scientifically blue, and all of a sudden Facebook's like, no, the narrative is the sky is actually purple. And they're going to pretty much just hide that or cancel me because I'm spreading misinformation. Like, how much misinformation is out there? And I get canceled for posting the post was literally just talking about what exactly is happening with this whole pandemic, right? But I see posts all the time that is lies and fake all the time. But they're not getting canceled for misinformation. Like, what misinformation are we trying to stop? What misinformation are we trying to stop, or what do they consider misinformation? Because for me, they didn't even give me a chance to rebuttal it. You know what I mean? Like, it was just literally, you're canceled. You're spreading misinformation. Bye. Come back in 24 hours. And they did the same thing early on in the pandemic when people were talking about the lab leak theory on how the coronavirus, COVID-19, could have escaped from the Wuhan lab. And they were like banning people 30 days because you mentioned the Wuhan lab. And they were saying, no, it came from a bat, or no, it came from a penguin, it came from whatever the fuck. When there was a class 4 bio weapon, basically a bio lab working on coronavirus and using that to try to combat other viruses out there in biological warfare, which is also funded by Dr. Fauci. Fact check that, right? But there was more evidence and more things leading towards it being a lab leak than there was a fucking penguin or a fucking bat soup or whatever the fuck they were saying originally. But yet they want us to stop saying that. We can't call it the Wuhan flu or it came from that lab. And now they're backtracking and saying, well, actually, it is looking like it could have came from that lab. And all of the people that were banned before for saying that, they didn't even get an apology, nothing. It was just a simple, nope, we're gonna allow it now because the narrative is leaning towards that. Like this is out of control. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand why in the fuck you can say whatever you want as long as it is in line with the narrative. Doesn't matter if you're bashing on somebody else who's opposite of that narrative. You can say whatever you want as long as it's within the narrative. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, if you're a liberal and I'm a conservative, and the narrative is liberal, right? And you're saying hateful things to me as a conservative person, is perfectly fine as long as it's in line with the narrative. But if I say anything that goes against what you're believing or what the narrative is, I get banned and canceled. And we know that's true. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's about control, and they only want people thinking what they want people to be thinking in a given time. Like, it's not about necessarily the greater good for the people. It's about who is benefiting from what is going on and what they want people to think. So, like, I mean, in the beginning, saying it was just about, well, that takes attention away from what was potentially really going on for that to be cleaned up and things to be changed.
For China to hide it.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I mean, like,
because that's what they were doing. They were trying to change the narrative, right? They didn't want it to seem like we're being racist and saying it's China's fault. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, and even that aside, like, who is benefiting? Who is benefiting
China.
By... I know, but who is benefiting by everyone thinking that someone ate a bat?
I mean,
what were they doing behind the scenes?
Yeah,
when that was going on?
They were covering shit up. Is what they were doing. They're just
focusing the attention on whatever they want to focus the attention on to keep the narrative in the direction that they want it to be in.
Right, which is pretty damn sad.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna read to everybody here that is possibly watching. I'm gonna read exactly what I posted word for word. And I want you guys to decide if whether what I said was offensive, hate speech, or spreading misinformation. Okay? I'm gonna read it, and this might even get me canceled on YouTube. I don't fucking know. I don't know what the rules are anymore, but it's all I know is that I'm getting watched right now because of. Well, I was already getting watched for some of the other posts, and I noticed I wasn't getting nearly as much or any likes or interaction at all. That's what it was like on certain posts. But then immediately, because when I post 3-4 things at the same time, every time, right? And what I was noticing is like some of the other posts were getting a lot of interaction, but the same people that would interact to this third post, I got nothing, crickets, zero, not even one like, right? And then I looked at it and I asked my buddy, he was like, "No, I didn't see that post. I'm not seeing this at all. I'm not seeing this." And I asked somebody else, "No, we didn't. I haven't seen that post." And they see everything I post, and I was like, "Huh? Well, that's a little interesting." And then they're saying, "Well, no, it's the algorithm, or it's this, or it's that." Come to find out, they're just holding my post back because of whatever reason.
You're being shadow banned.
Shadow banned. That's a real thing.
It is.
What exactly is shadow ban?
I mean,
since you happen to know all this social media stuff.
It's when like your posts are being hidden. This is my understanding and my explanation. It may not be exactly what it is, but it's when they're taking your posts and hiding them and not showing them to people because they don't want to.
They don't want to. Essentially, essentially, they just don't want to.
They don't want to. They're hiding your posts and like you've got this shadow that's basically following behind everything you post, and it lets some things through, but then it just like sucks it away and hides your other posts so that it's not being seen. People aren't interacting with it because they're not being shown
See,
those posts.
I can understand if sorry everybody. I can understand if somebody just didn't like my post, right? And they, they can dislike it or put an angry face or tell me to fuck off, whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day, I honestly don't care. This is bigger than me interacting on Facebook. This is bigger than me or the number of followers or the number of likes that I have. This is bigger than that. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the idea that certain information, because it either fits the narrative or doesn't, is getting pushed to the side, deleted, or essentially getting people in trouble, right? And they were talking about the White House, or was Press Secretary Psaki was talking about with the partnering with Facebook on stopping misinformation with the COVID-19 vaccine and such, that they were going to impose strict punishments in regards to this effort, right? And when I saw that, I was saying, well, what the fuck kind of strict efforts could they really be doing other than either canceling the post or putting you in Facebook jail, right? And what I believe to be true is they're going to impose, depending on what kind of information you're spreading that's misinformation, or depending on how much you are an influencer of people or whatnot, they could actually impose fines or whatnot because you're hindering people from getting the vaccine or some shit like that. Like, what kind of shit is that?
They could even...
The sky's the limit at this point.
Yeah, the jail time could be involved with it too. I mean, it's just like, how far is it gonna go?
Well, it's funny because I've been saying that for the longest time. How, like, at what point does this stop? Like, where do we draw the line of like, okay, enough is enough. This shit is legit crazy. She is legit crazy right now. I've never in my life seen people act the way they're acting right now, and everything's okay. It's fine.
I mean,
you can literally do whatever you want right now.
It's literally like
this is the beginning of Mad Max.
Orwell's 1984.
What do you mean by that? I don't know. I don't even know who George Orwell is.
He's an author, and he wrote this book like 40 or 50 years ago.
What was it about?
Big Brother watching us, controlling us, and making us live within the strict rules that they found acceptable. Like,
sounds like communism.
Yeah, but I mean, they have cameras everywhere. They're watching everyone, listening to everything, and like monitoring everything anyone does. And if they step out of line, like, they disappear.
Well, that sounds a lot like China.
That's from what I remember.
Sounds a lot like China, if I'm honest.
I mean, but it's starting to happen here too.
No,
it's happening.
No, see,
I mean, I can't speak for other countries, but I can speak for what is happening in our country. I mean, the camera on your phone, they can access it. The microphone, like Facebook Messenger.
I mean, like, yeah, we already know. I think it's pretty clear that we already know as American people, or just as people in general, that these companies who have access to our information with those notice agreements or privacy agreements that you have to sign in order to log onto the app or whatever, we already know they have access to our information and that they sell it, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the fact that we want to be naive and say that the governments are not looking into it as well, that's just what I said. It's naive. But I feel like we're switching further and further to we're almost, between like a socialist communist nation right now. And it's getting real scary. We don't know what gender we want to be. We don't know what wages are acceptable. We don't know what real is anymore. We don't know if we're allowed to be sick or if we're not allowed to be sick. We don't know what we're allowed to say. We don't know if we're allowed to even fucking have a gun anymore. It's like shit is getting out of control. The entire foundation for which our country was established, it's almost like as if we're spitting in the faces of our forefathers, our founding fathers, and our nation as a whole with what is currently going on today. Am I exaggerating, or is that?
I mean, I feel like on so many levels, and this goes for both sides, but I feel like on a lot of levels, like everything, like I mean, if we're I mean, it was starting to get better for a little while, and then like 2016 happened, and the division between the country, like,
Started.
fucked everything up. Yeah, I mean, there's always been some division, but it's never been to that extreme in any of our lifetime.
I'm thinking things really got worse within the last year. Obviously, COVID had a lot to do with it, but like things were bad.
Yeah.
2016 there was a little bit. 2017 it wasn't. It was getting a little worse. 2018 was pretty rough. You know, 2019 was pretty bad. But then
2020 we just took a cliff
2020
dive.
topped everything. But right now we're essentially rolling right back into 2020, the early stages of the pandemic.
Yeah.
This Delta variant apparently is worse. It's scaring
It's like-
people to the fact where we're going backwards again to this whole lockdown and mask mandates and all this bullshit. And it's like, I honestly thought for a second that we were like, all right, you know what? We're finally getting back to normal. Things are going to be great. We're just going to keep,
for 2 weeks.
and
3 weeks.
and then now they're like, well, Delta variant mask shutting down. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Motherfuckers, we got plans. Like, we just got to the idea of we're going to make plans again. And now all of a sudden this whole Delta shit, and I don't know. Sorry, I know I'm going off track from what I originally was talking about, and
Yeah.
I'm just.
But I mean, it's all tied
Sorry,
in
everybody.
together.
No, it really is,
It's
and
tied in together. I mean,
I'm fed up with this shit. I can tell you, every day it's like, we're literally just, you can't plan for shit. You're living everything moment by moment, day by day, which in a sense is pretty decent thing to do, but like for the grand scheme of things, we can't even think about what we're gonna do 6-7 months from now and actually plan things out because we have no fucking idea.
I mean, we don't even know what's gonna happen going
Wait until
into
it
the
gets-
next school year with the kids.
Wait until it starts getting cold again, and then like people start getting sick again, and then I feel like we're right back at square fucking one. And
I mean,
I'm worried, everybody. I don't know about you. I'm fucking worried. I'm losing whatever little hair I had left. It's fucking falling out now. I'm about to start having gray hairs in my beard with the way things are going because I got kids and I'm sick of it. But anyways, I'm gonna read you guys exactly what I should read it to them, right?
yeah,
I mean, I don't. It's going on YouTube, so I don't.
yeah.
I don't think.
I
I honestly don't think I'm saying anything wrong.
It might get shut down on Facebook.
Maybe they
but
delete
then
the
it's on
video.
YouTube. We can post it on
So-
Instagram.
You guys are welcome to make your opinions on what exactly I posted to make your own determination of whether I should have been put in Facebook jail or not. Not that it really matters, but I think it's a little funny. I just think it's funny how I get put in Facebook jail for this, but there are far more offensive things and actual misinformation out there that I see on Facebook that is gone right through. It's okay. But I post this and I get shut down. Okay? So bear with me, okay? I'm tired. My reading's not the greatest, but I'm gonna read this to you guys and you guys make your opinions, okay? So I posted, out of all the vaccines, let me see, I'm already fucking it up.
You
Don't
want me
laugh.
to read
No, I can read. All right. Shut up. All right. Out of all the vaccines I've taken in my life, tetanus, smallpox, polio, etc., never before have I seen so much confusion over a vaccine that says I have to wear a mask and socially distance even when fully vaccinated. Apparently, I could still contact or spread the virus even when fully vaccinated. I'm going to read that one more time just in case you didn't hear me. Okay. I have to wear a mask, socially distance, even when fully vaccinated. Apparently, I could even contact or spread the virus even when fully vaccinated. never had to have the double shot, never been bribed by establishments to make their vaccine in order to win a car, cash, or other prizes. Never have I had to worry about cardiac issues and blood clots, and sadly more, fertility. I didn't have to worry about death. I was never judged if I didn't take it. I was never discriminated against for travel or other services. The vaccines I have listed above never told me I was a bad person for not taking it or for taking it. I've never seen a vaccine threaten the relationship between a family member or a close friend. Never seen it used for political gain, and never seen it used to persuade children in favor of free ice cream or teenagers going into a nightclub. I have never seen a worry about mix and matching, and yet told it's okay to do it one day and then next take it off again. I've never seen a vaccine threaten someone's livelihood, their job, their school, etc. I've never seen a vaccine that allows a 12-year-old's consent to supersede his or her parents. So after all I have said, can someone tell me how on God's green earth I am racist or a conspiracy theorist, non-educated, non-research, because I'm not willing to take this vaccine? And the clinical trials will not be over for at least 2 years from now. Finally, after all the vaccines and shots I've listed above, I've never seen a vaccine like this one that discriminates, divides, and judges a society such as this one. So much information is censored, deleted, and removed from the internet. So many doctors, scientists are censored today. That's literally happening right now. So many doctors and scientists are censored and forbidden to speak out or even ask legitimate questions when what's being allowed or not allowed. That doesn't make sense. This sure is one powerful vaccine. It does all the things, or all these things that I have mentioned, and yet it doesn't do what all the other vaccines that I've mentioned before were designed to do, and that is to fight off COVID, a virus with a natural recovery rate of 99%, thanks to our miraculous immune systems. And then it says this was posted as a comment on a news report. Thanks to this person for writing this. I couldn't have put it better myself, and this is why I'm sharing it. So this wasn't even like specifically my words, but everything in there that this person originally posted on, as a comment is 100% true. In no way, shape, or form am I telling people that they shouldn't get the vaccine. All I'm stating is what exactly is happening right now. Now, I don't believe that I was spreading misinformation. What do you think?
I mean, I don't.
You have to speak into the
I
microphone.
don't think that it's completely misinformation. To work in the healthcare field, you are required to get a flu shot unless you have a health reason. And then if you don't get it, then you do have to wear a mask. And to travel to some other countries with like yellow fever and malaria and stuff, they require you to show proof of vaccines against those things. But all of those things, I mean, the flu shot is neither here nor there on whether it works, because I've had experiences with it. But we're not going into that. That's not what we're talking about. But I think
you're
that
be speaking to the mic.
For the most part, like, that is all accurate information. Like, I think it's fucking insane that they have commercials playing on the TV telling your children that they need to get this vaccine so that they can go without a mask, and telling them to tell their parents, like, it's on the fucking TV, it's on YouTube, it's like in all these places that these children, like, my 6-year-old saw that commercial and he's like, Mom, I want to get the vaccine so that I don't have to wear a mask. Kids that have gotten it, that have had I can't remember off the top of my head, they've had problems.
I think I just made a mom get upset. It's okay, don't call her a Karen, okay? She hates that. Her name is Kait.
I am not.
I know you're not a Karen. It's just my grandma said you look like Karen.
Her friend Karen.
No. She said you look like a Karen.
No, she said I look like
Jim.
Her friend Karen.
And then she said,
Jim.
Jim, doesn't she look like a Karen? My grandma, she's a little nuts, but I love her. Thank you, Grandma. Yeah, she said you look like a Karen.
No, she said I looked like her friend Karen.
Yeah, and then she said, Jim, doesn't she look like a Karen? But as Kait would say, that's neither here nor there. But either way, what I was asking you was, what I just read off, and that's exactly what I posted. Do you believe that what I said was spreading misinformation? Because if it is, I'm open to hearing your argument or even your opinion on what I was saying that was misinformation.
There were like a couple things that I mentioned. To work in the healthcare field, you're required to be vaccinated.
Okay.
In order to take care of patients without a mask on. If you're not vaccinated, then either you have to wear a mask during patient contact, or...
I mean, the majority of the time when I'm in the doctor's office or in the hospital, the nurses and doctors are already wearing masks to begin with, especially during cold and flu season. The medical professionals are typically always wearing masks. And no one's ever thought of them because they're in the medical field and there's sick people around. So, like, I never once thought, like, it was weird, like, why is the nurse wearing a mask, but they never asked me to wear a mask. I mean, there was one time when, like, there was, like, whooping cough going around, I think it was, or something like that for the kids. And they asked the kids to wear a mask when they were in the doctor's office, and that was about it. But, like...
I mean, it depends, like... If you're working, if someone has a fever, then you wear a mask. If someone is actively bleeding, then you wear a mask.
What I'm saying is, like, in the healthcare field, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay? Me working at McDonald's or me working at the gas station or Lowe's or whatever profession you're in, I don't see it being necessary pre-COVID.
Yeah. I
wasn't worried about polio or the flu or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm saying is, like, even during flu season, we were never once told to put on a mask.
Yeah.
Right? Except for in the hospital or doctor's office.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, that's what I'm saying.
You could wear them.
You could, right. And people be like, oh, he's fucking scared of getting the flu, whatever. But that would have been it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, all I'm asking you, and I know I'm not trying to put you on the spot or nothing like that. I'm just saying, with what I posted, do you believe I was spreading misinformation?
No, there were a couple discrepancies in there, but I think that for the most part, like, it was accurate. Like, the division that the vaccine is causing, the fact that they are literally manipulating children into talking to their parents into getting them the vaccine.
I didn't even mention that part, but that's...
that was in there.
Well, what I meant was, like, actually putting the children, was like what they're doing on YouTube and the kids commercials and all that stuff. I didn't mention that part, but
no, but that is happening. Like,
but see, that's the problem I have. It is happening, but if I say YouTube on YouTube Kids, for instance, if I say on YouTube Kids, my daughter had to watch 3 ads for trying to convince her to get the COVID vaccine. And in the ads, they're like, ask your parents to get the vaccine. Like, we've seen them.
Yeah,
right?
We've heard them. We've had the kids ask us.
But if I say that, I get canceled. However, if I say, hey, I think that Facebook or YouTube should blast ads to children to convince them to get that vaccine for our safety. If I say that, that's fine. Everybody can see that. They will allow that post. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I say the opposite, it gets shut down. What kind of bullshit is that?
It's fucking ridiculous, and they're using our children to manipulate us into the vaccine. And to cause problems within families about that. Because the kids don't want to wear fucking masks.
You want to hear some crazy ass shit? All right, and this is true. This is a very true story, and I wish I could give you all the very specific details, but I can't. As far as like names and stuff like that. But this is a true story that I have came a part of, okay? I know a person who already had COVID, still got the vaccine, okay, and has not been sick, okay? Got COVID, didn't have symptoms, or whatever. Went through that, ended up getting the vaccine, went both shots or whatever, went through the phase and hasn't gotten sick, okay? However, right now, his spouse has COVID and she's forced to quarantine for 10 days. Okay? Him as the spouse is also forced to quarantine for 10 days. Even though he's already had the vaccine and he's already had COVID. Okay? But wait, there's more. Because the place that he works for, which I'm not going to name, says, well, you can't come back for 20 days. And he asks, well, what the fuck? What do you mean 20 days? Well, because it takes 10 days of quarantine, right? And your wife has already had it and started the quarantine. What if she happens to give it to you on the 10th day? Then you have to quarantine for an additional 10 days because you just got it, right? That was their logic. That's what they told him. And he was like, well, I've already been vaccinated and I've already had COVID in the past. I'm okay. I don't have any symptoms. I'm perfectly fine. I'm good to go. They said, no, you're not able to come back. We won't allow you to come back. And they suspended his credentials until a certain date before he comes back, which is in excess of 20 days. And this is even after he's had consecutive negative tests for having COVID right now. This is happening right now. Okay? So now, and I haven't even got to the worst part. The worst part is all of this time that they're forcing him, these 20 days that they're forcing him to be off.
He's not getting money.
He's not getting paid for. It's unpaid. And he can't utilize his sick leave because he doesn't have any more sick hours because he had to use them for surgery he had to have happen last month. So he's out of sick leave, and he's not allowed to file for unemployment because he's still currently employed.
But he's underemployed if they're forcing him to take leave.
That's not how this works here. He's still currently employed, and he was working last week. He's only unemployed, technically not. He's still employed, but he's not able to actually work and accrue hours. He cannot file for unemployment. And that relief, that COVID relief stuff that we had, expired January of 2021 here in this state. So he's freaking out. He called me and asked me, he's like, what do I do? He called me and he asked me, what am I supposed to do? I have a wife and I have a child and we have bills to pay. What am I supposed to do? So I'm not even I'm not even this person's supervisor or anything. He just called me and asked me what is he supposed to do. And I'm over here researching, trying to figure out anything I can to try to give him some kind of relief. And I think I found something that the state might be able to offer him, but he might or might not be eligible for it. I don't know. But I gave him the information. It's up to him to figure it out if it works or it doesn't work. But essentially, this is where I have an issue when it comes to the vaccine. Is if it works, then if you got it and it works, why do I need to get it? Better yet, if you got it and it doesn't work, why do I need to get it?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, the medical reason and the reason that we all take the other vaccines is herd immunity. But if it doesn't work, like if you're still transmitting the disease and it's a different variant that this vaccine is not effective against,
then why do I get it? Then why should I get it?
I mean, it's pretty much pointless to get it. Honestly, we'd be better off just buying some N95 masks
and taking your vitamin D and being healthy, and you'll be just fine. But they're not. They're still to this day not promoting this.
Yeah.
Still, we're over a year and a half into COVID, and I still have yet to see any positive reinforcement in the acts of be healthy, lose some weight, and take your vitamins. I've not seen that yet.
The pharmaceutical companies do not
have
any benefits from you being healthy. This is a whole other topic.
This is a whole other topic. But in this stage, in where we are right now, are we in the business of saving people's lives because of a pandemic, or in the business of making money? Because I'm confused. I don't know anymore. I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's making money. That's why the narrative's controlled. Because
so why do I get penalized? Why do I get penalized for saying that? And I just
the system is broken. We already know that. But the facts are big pharma and the people that invest in that are the ones that are benefiting. The ones that hold a lot of... We're
talking about people's lives.
They don't give a shit about the average everyday person's life. And this has been this way for a long ass time. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and they don't give a fuck about people who are...
Look, I'm not going to say that all the rich don't care, but we know the truth. We know what the truth is, right? But I'm so fed up. I'm so tired of this whole you're damned because you don't think like this or like what we're thinking, and yet it's right in front of our faces. The people are fucking stealing and doing this right in front of our faces, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's absolutely nothing we can do but sit back and watch them lie to us to our faces. Like, I've never wanted to inject something in my body with so much back and forth. It either works or it doesn't work. We don't know anymore. It could work or it might not work. Or, well, it could work against the Delta, but we're not sure. It might work against this. We don't know. And yet they're forcing you and shaming you for not wanting to jump on board. And the worst part about this, Kait, the worst part about this is there are people locally that are making you feel like a bad person. And I don't mean you specifically, but you as a person for not wanting to get the vaccine because of, let's say, their kid's immune issue or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
and what if
it's like,
and there are other reasons for not getting it, because like,
what if I have a health condition to where I'm not able to take it? But no one's discussing that part.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do have a health condition.
Then they just tell you, well, you have to wear a double mask. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, and I do have a health condition that, like, people with the same health condition, the vaccine killed them because it's a live virus vaccine, and the way that their immune system responded to that vaccine caused them to die anyways. So, I mean,
look, we can sit here and talk COVID all night long and how everything we've done so far is just...
Those stories get hidden, by the way.
No, and that's what I've been... Look, everybody, I know this is a longer episode than normal. I wanted your opinion, and I'm glad I was able to have at least this dialogue with you, because this is I'm so sick and tired of this not getting talked about, and this probably won't even get put out there really because it's controversial, you know. And if this is the case, this is the case. But I'm gonna end this with, I'm extremely worried and I'm concerned with what's going on right now, and I don't know anymore. I
I
don't
know.
know.
I
Kate,
mean, I
Kate,
am too.
America. I I don't know anymore.
There's a lot of fucked up
I'm
shit happening.
I'm trying to stay as humble and stay as strong as I humanly can, but I'm legit concerned. But you know what? Doesn't matter. This has been a Wildin Wednesday with your boy Trip and the lovely Kate right here in the studio. The beautiful, lovely Kate. Please don't forget to check out our website and get your merchandise. Please donate, help us out so we can help get the veterans off the street and get them the supplies that they need throughout the summer and winter times that are coming up.
And especially the winter time coming up. I mean, the homeless veterans literally live outside and may not have the things that they need in order to keep them warm during the winter, and they need those things like really
Now,
fucking soon. Otherwise, they might not even survive the winter. Like,
so you heard it here first. Please donate, help us out. Your donations help us help the community. All right.
right now, we're saving up to try to be able to make an impact on the lives of homeless veterans this fall, and we need your support in order to do that. And you can, there are a bunch of different ways to help us on the website.
Absolutely. Check out the website at allinadays.com. So before we end this video, please subscribe to our page, click that notification bell, and please tell us what you think. Leave some comments for us, okay? And again, check out allinadays.com. You'll be able to see all the information there in our donation box right there for you. All right. Officially, this is a Wildin Wednesday with your boy Trip and the lovely Kate. Officially, signing off. Stay safe, America.